Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and thanks for stopping by. Our dedicated team will guide you through with the latest updates and theories at Starbase, Texas. If you're new to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon for future streams.
9, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have liftoff.
G'day, good morning, good evening, good afternoon from all across the world. Welcome to Starbase Weekly episode 195. My name's Stephanie B, and this week we had some beautiful weather for some beautiful photos. It was a bit iffy on takeoff, there was lots of clouds, but luckily the clouds parted their ways and we got some really nice photos. So today we've got Alex with us again. G'day, Alex.
Hello, y'all.
And we've got Ryan Webber. G'day, Ryan.
Hey everyone, how's it going?
And we've got a couple extras today. We've got Jake. G'day, Jake, all the way from UK.
Hey everyone, hope you're all doing really well, and yeah, I'm looking forward to going over this week's photos.
And Todd. G'day, Todd. How you going?
Doing great here. Hey, everybody. It's a full house today, so let's get into this. This is going to be a good one.
And direct all your questions and donations over to Indy. We've got Indy on the stream as well today. G'day, Indy. It's always awesome to have you on the stream.
Thank you. Good morning. Hi, everybody.
All right, with all that pleasantries out of the way, let's jump over to Massey's. Okay, let's go over to Static Fire stand today and let's have a little look over there first. I suppose the big thing to look at first with the static fire area would be this new nitrogen purge system here we've got going on around the outside here. Just pretty interesting. So just quickly coming off this system over here, might even just jump over here just to jump around a bit. Over here, these heat exchangers here have been pretty well fully hooked up now. So we can see some liquid nitrogen coming in this line here, and it tees off in here and goes into the heat exchangers in here, and then comes out as gaseous nitrogen out there. And I'm guessing that one there, I think too there, Alex, those two outputs.
Yeah, but it doesn't look, is it hooked up?
At that, I'm not sure. Yeah, well, that one. Yeah, I think they are hooked up. Yeah.
The interesting
And then
flange for it to be hooked up.
this one here.
Now on top, where it crosses the other line. That
Is it
flange.
here?
Yep.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. That does look a bit weird on that angle, doesn't it? Yep. And then there's water going in and out. I'm still not completely sure which way around. I think it comes in through here. And then the other water line is down the bottom, down here, and going, I'm guessing, out that way via these pumps, this here. And this week we also see the fill line put back in for the tankers, and an extra one here. I'm wondering if they're going to maybe eventually hook up the TAM water system on this one, Alex.
Possibly.
Got a manual
So
valve on it.
I've got a question. I know we spent some time going through the routing of all this stuff, but now looking at that one flange that Alex noticed, Alex, how I can see them teeing off the one below it, but what's the tee? Why is it going up? I'm not seeing it now.
Don't think it's hooked up.
But what's the flange on top for? I get that they're not hooked
It's a
up and they can
T.
add.
It's a T. It's a T, then you're looking at it vertically. So it needs to be rotated 90 degrees.
Oh, okay. I was thinking something was coming up on top. Thank you.
There's two flanges on either side of that gas line, and
Down there.
yeah, they're not hooked
Okay.
together.
Ah, gotcha.
Thank
So
you.
that one's not hooked up yet. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Yep, cool.
Both of them might not be hooked up, but it's hard to tell with the
Okay.
because it terminates to a flange, that's being blocked by that. He's sitting on top of it. Yeah, you'd have
So
to grab
that could-
another angle because there's pipes are sitting on top of pipes, and the compression does interesting things.
And that I've got the right angle for it, actually. But nonetheless, anyway, let's go back to the, nonetheless, that's to deliver gaseous nitrogen over to here. I'm pretty sure that's where it comes out here now. And then we've got this big manifold right around the outside, and there's little lines in here. I didn't really work out how they're going to do the underskirt thing, but there it is there. Go, Jake.
And I'll ask the question for anyone that might be wondering in chat. Why are they getting the nitrogen via the tank farm and not directly from the dairy farm and not directly from the tank farm?
Volume. They're going to be spraying a substantial amount.
That makes sense. Yeah.
All the way around, there's lots of purges. Just quickly while we're here, we can see the RVAC bracing hardware has been installed. It's a different system, looks a bit more elegant and streamlined than the last system. We can see all three of them are in place for the three RVACs. This photo's a really good photo. And over the side here, I'm thinking some kind of water spray system for underneath into the plume, Alex?
I haven't looked to see what it is. It could be their equivalent of a DSS system.
Because they got a pipe on either side. Not hooked into anything yet, but of course, who knows what it'll look like when it's all said and done here.
I mean, they're previously just spraying right along the track rail, so
Yeah.
Yeah, DSS is my guess for that pipe work under the walkway as well. I think that's probably what makes the most sense for that.
So if this is right, so that goes vertical, it's like a little, it's actually heading into the, up underneath, it's heading into the underneath area down here.
That's my question. Maybe you guys know, why would they have not set this up already? I mean, that other one is ratchet strapped on there, so that they're just barely setting this up. Why wouldn't they have done this before?
Limited crew.
Yeah. Limited
All right.
crew might not have had the design fully finalized. Who even knows? This could have been a late addition to everything. It's possible because this all started only showing up like within the last few weeks. So it's possible they went like, you know what? Let's actually do this, and they just kind of added this on kind of ad hoc at the end here.
Yeah, it's their construction timeline. They have a week, so.
All valid. Thank you, guys.
And for some reason, this manifold over here has another flange on here. Not sure why that is. I think this last week that pipe wasn't installed yet.
I say it's got 3 flanges there along that side. If you look under it,
one there too.
Yeah, I'm sure that's the 3rd flange.
Yeah, but I'll look from above. That one's not going to work. I couldn't quite see. I can't quite see under this QD what's going on there.
I think,
Yeah,
I think
fair
that's where. I think, that's what I remember from when it was still sitting over the production site. I'm sure it's all flange there too.
Yeah, but that outlet flange, or is that just connecting to make it a ring buffer? A ring?
It is. Well, I was wondering, because you're hooking up nitrogen here, are we just making this a straight nitrogen purge, or are they going to add water into this? Which they would. I don't think they have a line up there for water. Also, would you really want to spray water right up into the engines? Not that it would really do anything in a 6-engine static fire to the engines. Anyways.
I think it's just nitrogen. That's my personal take on it. I don't think there's going to be any water in that ring of any kind at all.
Oh, I can finally trace that pipe through. I think there's an actuator here somewhere. Oh, yeah, it does something weird here. Oh, yeah.
It's an actuator right there.
Right there.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you can see the top of it.
Yeah, it loops around. It loops around, goes down, and then hooks in. You can see where it kind of loops down, and it will come. Probably comes back across and hooks up. The only way we would know 1,000% for sure is if someone got a shot from the river. Probably the only way to know. Right.
I don't know. I'm thinking about it now. The pipework underneath the walkway. It looks like it might. There's more to. We have to see more of it. I mean, the other the two new pipes. No, not under there. No, under the walkway of the stand, Stephanie.
The manifolds, those, yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking there's going to be either just water or just nitrogen until I see nozzles facing towards each other. I think if we see the nozzles facing towards each other, then that'll probably pretty much confirm it's going to be DSS. But yeah, at the moment, I'm not seeing those nozzles.
I mean, it could just been they did the assumption that, well, we don't need it, we haven't needed it, and somebody just gave them a stern look. Absent of negative outcome doesn't mean it's not, possibility doesn't exist.
Yeah.
I think.
Hey,
oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, Ryan. Okay, I'll go real quick. Hey, Steph, on that right pipe, is that shadow on it, or is it cut open? There's 2 sections that are a little dark. Is that shadow?
Hang on, where? Sorry.
At the top and the bottom of this picture right now, on the right pipe. See how it looks like there's slashes in it? The one on the ground.
Oh, sorry.
It's 2 separate things, Todd.
You're right. Is it? Okay. Thank you.
On the floor. There you go. Yeah, there's panels that are part of the siding, the left brown siding thing.
Yep.
And then there's the pipe that runs parallel to it.
Yep, now I see it. Thank you. I wasn't sure from the distance, and she hadn't zoomed in yet. Yeah, thank you. Go ahead, Ryan.
I think I think this system is I think it is a thing that they probably could have used in the past to help mitigate the extra burn off of methane, and like not only the buildup during engine chill, but after shutdown. And then on top of that, I just think it's a whole order of being more cautious with everything these days with them, is why they're doing this. Because I really think Block 2, S-36 in particular, and Booster 18 has really kind of opened their eyes to a lot of the issues that they have with this program. And they are trying to take steps to make sure stuff like that never happens again. Doesn't matter what steps those are, they're just trying to take them. Otherwise, like, they really didn't need this, because all those static fires usually went fine without this. So I think this is just precautionary more than anything else these days. But
I mean, when's the last time you had a flat? You probably still carry a spare tire or a tire repair
right?
kit in the car. So
Why not put
Okay,
it in?
so that's the 2 new systems. Funny thing is, yeah, like it's been mentioned before, I don't know there's water at this site, but like they quickly added the new gaseous nitrogen, so it wouldn't be anything to add water if they're going to add water for that bottom manifold. But yeah, maybe a DSS, maybe just 2 nitrogen purges. I'm not sure. It'd be I don't know whether they'd need nitrogen as well down the bottom if they got nitrogen up here. I don't know if that'd be any advantage having more nitrogen underneath. Would that be an advantage at all?
they're using it to atomize the water when they're spraying it for the DSS.
Yeah, so that means they're going to have to, at some stage, get water over to this gantry.
Which they already have water going to the gantry.
They do?
Yeah, there's a whole
Firex.
lines.
Oh, of course. Yeah, that's right. Thank you. Actually, okay. Yep.
And
Thank you. Yep.
DSS is part of the FireX system.
Yep. Okay. Thank you. Yep. I don't know why I didn't remember that. Thank you, Alex.
Don't worry, I totally forgot that last night as well.
All right. So the scaffolding has been removed here. Scaffolding staircase. I was going to say scarecrow then. And we have some marks down here that match some interesting hardware over on the ramp here. So it looks like they're going to put a permanent staircase. I believe these are the landings. That'll be the first landing for one of those squares, and then they'll continue up with these other landings all the way up. And we might just quickly jump over to Sanchez, because over here we can also see, pretty sure these will be the staircase, the actual the stairs for that staircase over here at Sanchez. So it was speculated in show and tell. Does that mean that this entry is definitely permanent? I think the final word was it doesn't necessarily mean it's fully permanent after all.
As permanent as something at Starbase can be. There you go.
I think, yeah, that describes it perfectly.
It confirms it's not a one and done shot there. So yeah, they might get 2 uses out of it, but yeah.
Yeah, that's correct, Todd. So still haven't quite worked out where these go. Maybe there's something to do with the new staircase. I'm not convinced of that yet, but we'll see where they go soon. There's still 3, I think, pairs of them here.
And there's on the ramp next to the other stairs.
They brought these ones over. Yeah, we've seen a collection of these over a little while. They were over near the inventory tent for a little while.
Yep.
And at Sanchez, yep. Just while we're here too is the feet for the structural integrity stand. So they'll bolt them down here. I'll get rid of this first, then they'll bolt those down, and then they'll bring the integrity stand over and drop it on there to weld those feet onto the bottom of them to make sure they're all lined up properly. They seem to have, I don't know where they've gone. They seem to have stored the squeeze arm somewhere.
Prime McGregor. That's where they were previously.
Okay, cool. This week we noticed there's frost on the methane tanks again. If that's still more testing, it wouldn't be.
It's
Still was
they're filling. There are 2 tanks, I thought, in some of these shots.
Yeah, they're like some of the earlier shots. They were in the process of filling.
All right, I hadn't spotted the tankers. Thank you. Yep.
Here, let me find them.
They won't be far away here. Anyhow, thanks. So they were filling. Okay, I thought maybe testing. Okay, so just filling. So last week when we saw the LOX system being tested, we saw this frosty too. Could that have just been filling as well, or do you think they were testing then as well?
Since they were running a test, I would assume they were testing.
Cool. Yeah. Okay. So what else in this area? I think that's about it. And we spent so long on this. Go ahead.
It's a very minor thing, but they have put a load of cut lines into that concrete to the right there. I don't know whether that's to replace the concrete or if they got some kind of structure going there.
More concrete shenanigans.
Concrete shenanigans. That's more like it. Here, this photo he'll do. So yeah, we saw just the dust on the flyover low res, but yeah, they've actually cut some of this concrete up. So gives me hope they're going to cut that and then continue concreting all the way along the side of the site for me. Yep, that's what's going to happen.
I mean, they had issues with that drain system previously that they have underneath it.
Okay, so some upgrading of the drains. I'm wondering now whether they actually did run water in over here or not when they had all that dug up.
It was probably just another set of conduits for the control of the other system.
If you go, it's in batch 5, Stephanie, by the way. 1004. You can see 2 tankers lined up at Massey's.
What number?
1004. It's one of the wide shots.
I don't have it downloaded yet. Let's have a quick look.
There you go, 2 tankers.
Oh, here, I'll get you. Oops, that's because that's Google being weird. Hang on. So I have 2 tankers here. Yep, very good. Thank you. Let's get rid of that over there. Alrighty, thank you. I haven't downloaded batch 5 yet. Because it's all the port stuff. Okay. There's a drilling rig here for the LOX farm.
Or what was the LOX farm?
Yeah.
We'll see if it becomes the LN2 farm now. I want it to, and then I want the LN2 farm to go so they can build more structural test stands. Build another super crusher. That's my hope.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm hoping to see as well. But remains to be seen if it happens.
Considering they're tweaking a couple of those LOX tanks currently.
These ones?
Yep.
So is that still a nitrogen tank?
Yep. And they're rewriting the nitrogen line on that side as well. But if you look at these from the other side.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go over there in just a sec, just while I've got this photo up quickly. They haven't seemed to have pulled any of this LOX pumps out yet. Not that that's an indication what's going on. Now, would these 2 tanks be similar quantity to all these nitrogen tanks?
More than likely more.
Okay.
What I was thinking, Alex, is they put those 2 tanks in, and honestly, they probably bring in more horizontal tanks, and then in a line you have LOX and LN2 together. And I was actually thinking about this. You keep those LOX pumps, basically. You just reroute the nitrogen to use that pump setup, if you can.
Yeah, they're probably going to bring the 3rd tank that's sitting in storage over here.
Yeah, and then you basically you rebuild the pressurization system and everything, and then you decommission that entire LN2 side, open that up, and then in a line you just have a bunch of horizontal tanks for LOX and nitrogen, and you have more than enough to do test tanks, cryoproof vehicles, as well as load ships for static fires, and you're good to go. You just reroute the lines.
Yep.
And it's all in a single line. Okay, good. Thinking along the same lines.
Yeah, it looks like what they're actually doing, but nah, you need a different shot. There's a shot that looks right along the front of those.
Because at first I was like, oh, they'd probably just get rid of those LOX pumps. And I was thinking, well, wait a minute, if they're going to move the nitrogen thing, you might as well just keep that pump set up and just get rid of the old nitrogen ones and just use that instead.
Yeah, I mean,
if there.
Look at the frosted line that they have capped off. Neck outlet of the tank. There's the two blue pumps. Yeah, that one's disconnected. Its neighbor's disconnected.
Okay.
They've been doing some stuff over here. What? I don't know, but
they're redoing this whole tank farm, but they're basically consolidating the LOX and LN2 side so that the LOX side will run off the new pump setup that they have. And it's basically set up that they can subcool it if they want to and not subcool it if they don't want to, right?
Yep.
Yeah, there's a bypass so they can use it for cryo, and then if they want to subcool it, they can reroute it to the static fire stand for subcooling and static firing. And then they've got the LN2, which they can route to both cryo stands, all the structural stands, and then they'll be able to also route it to the static fire stand, as we've seen. So they're gonna consolidate everything, and it's gonna look a lot better when it's all said and done, I think. But it's gonna take a little bit to do all of it.
A few minutes.
It'll free up some room too. Alexander just worked out this week. There's another set of those spectacle valves here as well, which they've got locked.
Those are new.
Yeah. Those are only new. Okay, cool. Yep. So while they're working here, they've got the main cryo lines locked off. Yep. Cool. Okay. Oh, they knew. That's good that they knew. That means I didn't actually miss them after all. Very good. Okay, so that's pretty well the top half of the whole farm, I guess. We can head on to a quickly look down here. We missed something last week here. This is really interesting, this mechanical link in here. It was here last week as well. We missed it. It might have been here. It might have been here for quite a while.
That was one of the things I was looking for its alternative angle for.
So that's because this is solid. This is all solid mounted here. That means this ring must move slightly. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. If you look at how it's mounted.
Sorry, go ahead.
If you look how it's mounted, it's some of the shots. You can't. There's other angles of it that'll show. Look at the adjacent areas next to that's hard to see. No, where it's being supported. Yeah, there's very specific angles you'd have to dig up to point out. But that's one of the things I was looking at last week when I kept asking you to bring up different angles.
Okay. There's this interesting little thing on this side as well. So this whole ring somehow rotates or moves a little bit.
They can induce vibrations into it, probably, as well as
vibration,
possibly shifting it.
Yep, vibrations was one of the guesses in show and tell. Yep. So that stand is not finished with. So that may have been there the whole time. We just missed it.
Yes.
But this one's still not hooked up. Or is it?
That doesn't look to be going through anything at the moment.
No. Okay, so that's probably nothing new. We've just missed it all these weeks.
Correct.
Cool. Okay, so moving along.
Yeah, because I mean, you can see on the other side where we're doing something similar. It's that big reinforcement.
Like this thing. This opposite, that's something in here too. Oh no, that's just part of the structure. All right, let's go on to the front of the site. So they did move the nose cone jails onto that slab. Not sure if that slab was made for the nose cone jail or that just nicked it up out of the way.
Probably was made for it.
Actually, while we're there, quickly, this old test tank 17, I believe, has had its lifting lugs put on top, so there's a chance it'll be yeeted soon. That's a better shot of it. Okay, on to test tank 39.1. We can see, well, first I brought this lever over, so what I believe is that's the hinge point there, going to pin onto there, and the actuator pin onto there, and that little link will be removed. And then this big ram that sits under here somewhere, can't quite see it, will give like, it'll push as if it's a flat in flight.
So yeah, the white structure is basically it's a dummy aft flap, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Top of the
last
ram.
year, this time that was sitting on this super crusher.
Yeah, for S33.1, if we want to call it that aft, that Block 2 ship aft that they made.
2/3, yeah.
Yeah.
There's that other ram in there. So there's this one's hooked. This one's the only one hooked up for now. Let's get a better shot. This shot will do it. No. 1 second.
Although they seem to be doing a considerably more amount of testing to this ship test tank than they did the last one, so
Absolutely, yeah. So like with a lot of things with version 3, they're testing a lot more of. So yeah, this ram this ram is hooked up to the hinge point, to one of the hinges. This one here is still yet to be hooked up. And they spun it around, it's backwards, it's the wrong way.
Is it hooked up?
Sorry?
I mean, an end of it looks like it's connected, but is it really hooked up?
Yeah, I think there's maybe there's this thing here, and that's where the other one goes. Maybe there's
I mean,
a little
and
bracket here.
the other side, it's just hanging in space as well, so.
The other side's hanging in space. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know what's connected. Yeah, okay, yeah.
I was gonna say you had a better shot looking straight down in that, but I can't remember what number that was now.
Yeah, I just tried to quickly find it. They're all from the front angle. It doesn't help. Let's give me a quick look through here quickly. One of these might help us. Yeah, this one here helps us. It appears to be hooked up here. I mean, it has to be hooked up there because otherwise it's got anti-gravity device on it. There's no Skyhawk. So I'm sure that's hooked up. And yeah, still that one over there to hook up. So this was frosty through the week, last week I believe, since the last flyover.
23rd.
So maybe they did a crush test in the interim, because none of this hardware was hooked up. So it must have just been doing their initial cryo test, or just like I said, maybe they did an initial crush test. Didn't manage to break it, which is always a good thing. And this one's not hooked up either. Okay, moving on to the Super Crusher. So this week we see quite a few additions this week. We've got down in here we can see, I have to show you the actual article here quickly. That's not it. The article here quickly, on this one there's rams across here, then there's rams underneath here, and if we go back to straight down shot we can see down in here, so that's the two side ones have these extra rams and that middle one doesn't have them. So down here we can see the rams for the pulling down. There's a ram to pull this way, and then there'll be some rams to pull side to side here up top. So that'll be the grid pin socket getting a good old test. Sorry, Alex.
Yeah, the two next to each other actually are the ones that face the mount next to the vehicle, the underside of the arm.
Down under there?
Yeah, they attach to those 2 points.
Yep.
The sideways ones hit the V, yep.
And the pull in and out one hits on that one.
Yep.
We haven't seen counterbalances for a while. It's nice to see counterbalances.
They're about to beat the snot out of that test tank and see if they can't break one of the new grid fin cavities.
Can we buckle?
Yep. Better hope they can't. If they do, then, well, 19's not going anywhere until they fix it. Just put it that way.
So there's the other side.
Unless they test a failure. At that point, it wouldn't be too bad.
I don't think they're going to test it. I mean,
Boss test it to plastic deformation. You want to know how much headroom you have?
Yeah, they probably won't test it to like fail, like ripping it out, but they'll probably test it to where it maybe slightly buckles to see what the limit is, because they kind of need to know that. At least
yes,
I would.
Plastic deformation.
Yeah. So hopefully it fails where they think it'll fail and not where it shouldn't. Otherwise, 19 isn't going anywhere until it gets fixed. So put it that way. That's a better way to put it.
Well, it depends where it fails. If you exceed the limits anyway, but where it buckles, and who cares? You have additional headroom.
What I'll be interested to see with the this new test tank is if they do similar to what they did with test tank 17, where they did many cycles to see, where I assume they'd testing to see how many times until that sort of thing would fail. You know, like simulating booster reflights. I wonder if they'll go down that path at all with that test tank.
Like what? So 30 cryos?
I don't think that's why they were testing it that many times, but that's my opinion.
So testing for a little bit of endurance testing. I mean, they may have overbuilt 19 a little bit. They may be still testing to try and make things lighter again too. There's quite a few variables that could be going into all this testing. So I think we worked it out. These for the twist, for the cap on the top to twist. So
those might actually be for underneath the transfer tube section, possibly. I think. Yeah, there's. If you look down inside the in that middle structure in the Super Crusher, there is actually 6 attachment points down there.
Okay.
So I think those might actually be for that.
Okay, and they need a single, double ends on them, and these we think is for the rest of the for these sideways pulling ones, or wherever they are in here. Yeah. Looking back down, Jake. Yep. Now, we've got a good photo here to show quickly the booster 18 when it was opened up. So this, they're more than likely testing this structure here. I think where there's two linkages attached, but this one here's angle. I'm wondering if they've redesigned it, and this linkage is actually over on this angle now. Same in here, we can see them in here. This linkage and that linkage there. Then looking down in the belly of it again, in the belly of the beast, which is perhaps these couple of linkages, these couple of actuators here, perhaps.
Those are, if you look, it's large on the ring, not on the supports of the stand inside the big tab. With the two holes on either, the big tab of the metal insert, little column. Yeah, there. Those holes are for one set of the actuators, and the arms are just supporting the actuators from above.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah. My guess is the actuators that go into those holes there are basically simulating the linkages that go to the side of the tanks, like that.
Yeah.
Just that one though, not necessarily that one so much.
Well, there's going to be 4 actuators in there for each of them, but yeah, one of them is those arms are just for supporting the actuators when they're in the neutral position. They don't necessarily mean an actuator is going to be running parallel with them.
Got you. Okay, thanks. Yep, that makes more sense than what I was saying. Yep, thank you. Yep.
But
they kind of indicate the rough angle, don't they?
No, because if one of them coming across heading backwards, it'll be suspended from the middle of that arm, let's say.
Like this way.
Yeah, and then the other one, if it's heading that one would be almost in line with it. But yeah.
Gotcha.
And you can already see it looks like they drilled out that hole to accept. And that might just be a little rocker, like whatchamacallit.
I have to take 2 actuators.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I hadn't really thought about that before, those arms being supports for the pistons, but yeah, that does make a lot of sense.
So they will be able to simulate this angle here.
Yeah, so they can see if the tank wall buckles.
Buckle.
Yep.
I'm wondering if they've changed this, what do you call this, a rib, whatever you want to call it? Because in the side shot, that seems significantly shorter now. Or is that just an illusion here? Where are we? Here. It doesn't seem as long.
That's the same as it was on 18 and 19. And on the original aft section, the original aft section of 18.3 too, it had that as well. Because their plan was to do the testing on the original can crusher, then take that test tank and chuck it in the super crusher. Then they broke it. Whoops. So they had to put a new aft on it. So, as far as it has not changed at all. It's the same. So, they got to test this design to make sure it works.
So that's pretty well the super crusher. Yeah, Alex, got anything else to add to that?
Not yet.
Cool. Just before we move on, just quickly, Vix is awesome. She captured this bit of video up Abbott Space here of some venting here. We think might be the static power stand venting. Yeah, there's a bit of venting going on over here, so maybe they were. Well, this is venting too. But there was some venting going on over here through the week. Well, that was whenever day that was. That was the 28th. Oh, that was the day of the flyover.
Really don't like these angles because looking at where the drill crane is, it looks like it's right next to the static fire stand, and it's not.
Yeah. Even though that thing is right next to the tanks, all the way, a decent far amount away from the static fire stand.
Yeah.
All right, we might cross over to Indy Star then. Thanks, Indy. And how's chat going over there?
Chat's doing great. We actually have started off the stream with a blast. We started off with a gifted membership from Astro Joe. Thank you, Astro Joe. Then we got a bunch of donations. Joe Coyote Man with a $5 donation. This guy's guns with a $20 donation, and he says, "Ooh, 2, let's get this goal." And then Yazada came in with $5. And then we have a few questions. The first one is from the Angry Engineer YT. They're wondering, if possible, would they build a second flame trench at Massey so that they can test 2 ships at the same time, or as a redundancy in case one trench is down?
When they get more land, hint, they'll have room for one.
Let's see if they can get that top left corner, they could possibly get another ship test spot in there.
They're in deals for getting a substantially larger than that corner.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The bulk of that 700 acres is around Masses to Rio West.
I suppose it would be kind of neat if they could have like one site as ship testing and the other site as booster testing.
Yeah, so see how that NEPA process goes.
Nice. And then Geo264 asks, when will SpaceX run out of places to dump all the concrete they keep breaking up?
Never.
I was going to say never.
Well, they can ship that off to wherever they want to.
I mean, that's part of the choice for concrete is it's all locally sourced aggregates and sand, so you grind it up and you're just dump the remains where you got it.
That's what
Give
I was
it right
gonna
back.
say. They just grind it up and reuse it. Yep. Pete Longlung asks, would you all agree that a deluge test is a reasonable expectation here before a ship static fire?
I mean, sure. We probably won't see it, though. No.
I'd be shocked if they haven't run multiples of those.
You just can't see it. Yeah. Since S36, they probably have run that thing multiple times. We just have no idea if they've actually done it. Because it's hard to see when tankers come in to refill it. It's impossible to see when the deluge goes off. There's not really any obvious indicators.
Can go week to week and look at the dust smear at the air vents on the top of the water tanks.
Yeah, I mean, it's about your only indication that they've possibly fired it. That's about it. Other than that, you're not going to see any like live.
Yeah.
But yeah, they've fired this thing.
If you're lucky, you'll see the gas jets coming out of those vents, but
that's about it.
But yeah, those splats are your best indications when it's been fired.
You said that so diplomatically.
Barcelona asks, are you surprised that Massey's repair and rebuild has taken so long so far?
Considering it's taken longer than it took them to build the trench initially, it's kind of impressive.
They had a lot to do, didn't they? And they didn't really have any ships ready to be tested yet. So it's taken about the right amount of time.
It's been 10 months.
I was going to say that too, Steph. And they also are not just repairing it. They've obviously added quite a bit more and are planning on doing much more with it than what they had going before the incident.
Yeah, but look how long it took them to build it initially.
Yeah, you're right.
It has been let's see here. Since S-36 blew up, it's been 285 days, or 9 months, 12 days, since the ship has been out there to static fire. So
Who's counting?
Yeah, we're gonna get close to the 10-month point, or so by the time S-39 gets out and static fires, and they've made a lot of changes to say the least.
Okay, when did 26 static fire?
When did 26?
Yeah.
26, June 3rd, 2024. Here, let me.
The 22 months ago, 21, 22 months ago.
I was going to do the math real quick here.
Are you talking about 36? The one that blew?
No, I'm talking about when they commissioned the trench the first time.
Ah.
It'll have been down nearly half the time from the last static. 60%.
What is
Scroll in. Oh, quickly, yeah, the road's been completed all the way to the masses now, the concrete. And last week we saw some services in here. So they've got water here now from the mains, as far as I know.
There's that fire hydrant.
So,
fire hydrant?
Yeah, right there in red. So,
yeah,
that should be your cues that they have city water.
It has been 665 days since Ship 26 originally static fired over that trench, or 1 year, 9 months, and 27 days. So
nearing a Martian year.
Yeah, it's been the Massey's has been down for a good chunk of time, to say the least.
Yeah.
Can we start referring to everything as Martian years and Starbase from now on?
Sure.
I reckon.
Sure. Why not?
I like it. I like it a lot.
Detroit Mission Control asks, do you think that they will ever line the test site flame trench with steel plates like they have at the launch site? The concrete looks to be in bad shape.
Look at the concrete previous to 26 firing. I think people have forgotten that it's always looked bad. And it's the nature of how they poured these as well.
Yeah, with slurry
probably... Go ahead, Todd.
I was gonna say with slurry walls, the dirt is your form. So yeah, they don't ever look great, but I still think they're taking kind of a beating. Go ahead, Jake.
I was gonna say, yeah, I mean it's not so bad at the moment, but I think when they go to start increasing the testing cadence of, when more and more ships are being produced that you're testing, and when the ships start getting more powerful, I think down the line it probably is going to get an issue. I think they will actually have to line the trench then. That's just my opinion on that.
Again, if we're going by past experience of SpaceX, this is just a R&D trench while they're validating designs choices they made, and when they do get the additional land and they make their additional hot fire stands, we'll see a slightly different construction method, but that's my opinion.
Cool. Appreciate them both. Thank you very much. Thanks, Indy.
Got a couple more questions for you, or at least one more, and a comment. Booster Forward Dome, who's been a member for 29 months, says, love being here every time. Keep it up, guys. Thank you, Booster Forward Dome. I'm sure the guys all appreciate it.
Thanks.
And Mr. James asks, are those extra mega packs at the front of Massey's from Sanchez?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I don't. Hang on. I'm not sure about that, actually.
They
are.
Yanked them out. They're not there this week.
We found them last night, Stephanie. Found those last night. Yeah, they were missing. They're gone from Sanchez. They were there last week, and they're not there this week. And then all of a sudden, they showed up at Massey's this week. So, yeah.
Yeah, but I think they're different.
There's also a set of 4 of them that showed up at Rio West this week.
Is that this week's photos?
Yep.
This is last week at Sanchez.
They're not here this week.
Yeah, I understand that, but I thought they were different.
She's looking
No,
at
they
the
are the
design
same.
of them.
So I thought they were a different model. I thought we worked that out yesterday, but obviously not. I'm good.
Oh,
Yeah, I understand this missing from Sanchez, but I thought they were different to the ones at Sanchez, but they're not.
so they look pretty similar.
Yeah, no, they're the same ones. I don't know why that memory. I'm sure we worked out they were different to last week, to the ones that were at Sanchez. But anyway, looks like they are the ones from Sanchez. Thank you. Yep.
And
Though
that's
I'm
it for
hearing
the
there was
Maxis questions so
misinformation
far.
last night. I kid.
No, I'm sure we looked back and anyway, it doesn't matter. It's all good.
I think
Uh-huh.
what it was, Steph, was that the thought was now that they've cleared that out, they were going to bring a new model, perhaps, of those Tesla power banks. And initially, you had said different brand, and so that was the joke because you didn't mean brand. That's how that conversation went.
Maybe.
Or as somebody would say, Steph's lying again. I'm not saying who
Gotta
would say that. Not me.
Gotta
Stump.
slip a lie in there every now and again to make keep you all on your toes.
And remember, Steph, by the time we got to Sanchez, I think we were getting close to hour 3. So yeah, we were all having a lot of fun and a little delirious by then.
Oh, we spent so long on Massey's.
Spent
I was going to
over
say
2 hours. Wow.
We spent about an hour and 50 minutes at Massey's last night. Yeah.
And Event Dudes pointed out that the entire time we were at Massey's, we didn't notice those power banks until we went to Sanchez and realized they were gone.
Exactly. All right, thanks, Cindy.
My
I
pleasure.
was going to say the rails were very much not present last night.
Nope.
I don't come with rails, I'm telling you. All right, so that's it, Indy.
Ruby?
Yeah, no more questions.
No more questions for Massey's.
Thanks, Indy. Thanks for the questions, everybody. Let's jump over to Sanchez then, unless we've forgotten something obvious again. Where are we, Sanchez? Now, just quickly while we're here, Alex, are these actuators in pairs? Would they be like, are they a pair of these go with a pair of these?
Those are fill stations.
These are fill stations?
Yeah, there's ground photos that shows that those are Lux and Lin stations.
Ah, cool. Because someone thought you said they were when they empty a rocket.
No, those are fill stations. The manifold on the ground is probably a Fire X manifold.
Oh, that one over there?
Yep.
Cool.
That's a redundant valves or yep.
They're redundant valves?
Well, yeah, 2 of those plug in, 1 of those per 2 ports. Like half the valve.
In here. I see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, cool. Excellent. Thank you. So we looked at the staircase for Massey's there. So over here at the transport stand, all 20 slides are here now. There were 10 at the airport lot last week. So they're here. They're sort of going a bit slow, but I guess they're not in a real hurry for this stand at the moment. Moving along. They haven't seemed to have done much on this ship stand either.
I mean, they finished it.
Oh, sorry, yeah, they finished. Oh, except for finishing it. Yeah, sorry, yeah, they finished it. Yeah. Get my weeks mixed up.
Maybe I did.
No, it wasn't finished last week, so yeah, you're right. Yeah, okay. So they've finished. Oh, man. Sorry. Yeah, so they finished the ship stand off this week, the 4th one. Very good. Thank you.
So it was the Bluetooth stand last week.
Sorry, Jake.
I said it was the Bluetooth stand last week.
Best
I
kind.
mean, it's a circle now, but it doesn't have the clamp systems installed. So it's it's a ring, but it's not finished. So
it's finished where they usually move it to the finishing area. See how many finishes we can work into
Yeah.
one incomplete stand.
That's getting finished still. There you go.
This one hasn't had much work done to it then. Oh, I can't believe myself some days. Cool. All right. Okie dokie. So this here's got straps on. Looks like it's about ready to get lifted out. There's a little bit of work being done here, and so I'll get another one started on these stands.
I like how those COPVs are still just sitting there, but just keep being moved around within that area.
You think they'd be worried, like getting knocked with something accidentally? Unless maybe they are ones that, no, they haven't been tested yet, have they?
I don't think. Yeah, I'm not sure if they're going to be used or not. They've just been sat out there for ages, open like that.
They might be their stand-in pathfinders for when they're building.
Yeah, I was going to say something for mocking up.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, so these shaped forks, radii, whatever you want to call them, have, I guess they're getting ready to be put back on this stand to make another one of those stands we think are either for a dome or for a booster aft construction jig. So that'd be the stand and factory, what do we call these, stand area. While we're quickly on this photo, this doesn't seem to have had much work done on these. Probably a bit more welding, but looks much the same than last week. Okay, let's move over to the BZI site. It's BZI2, by the way, not BZ. Here we have quickly look like they've installed the mounting ring up in here for the grid fin, so they can soon, we hope to see a grid fin in here and these actuators hooked up to it and get some grid fin testing underway. So at the Massies, they're testing the booster side with all the socket and all the hardware that mounts the booster, and here they're actually testing the grid fin actuator bearings mount, all the grid fin side of the grid fin system, which is good to see. Testing every single little thing this time around. The BZI site's looking much like it should. They're still making panels, making blank panels, filling in with cladding and putting them on trailer. One of the trailers is over at the build site right now. Putting cladding around the back of the build site of the Gigabay. And yeah, as we mentioned before, I can't quite see it, hang on. Is it this photo? The Gigapacks up here have been removed. Maybe this photo will do it. So yeah, these Gigapacks have been removed and taken to Massey's. Was there only 3 at Massey's, new ones, wasn't there? Now there's, maybe they're all there. I'll have to look last week. But anyway, those mega packs are gone. I'm not sure that maybe they're going to upgrade these ones, or maybe they're going to continue with this system and continue across, remove all this concrete and continue with this new layout all the way through. I'm not sure yet. The 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. They've taken 5 out, so wow, they've really increased the battery's capacity already somewhat. And with the newer packs too, so they're probably maybe more capacity, maybe more discharge rate. Last week we saw a tanker hooked up here, so these tanks, I guess I was speculating for a while whether they were still diesel tanks or not, but they're definitely now. Which event dudes try to point out to us, sometimes I forget to listen, that they're actually they're holding tanks for the water treatment plant, because these are the new diesel tanks actually getting filled up with diesel as we speak. Diesel tanks for these generator sets here. It's interesting they changed to these. I wonder if they're just a lot more efficient or more modern than the old gen sets they were using.
Easier to maintain.
You just have to drive one in and out, don't you? Basically.
Yeah, if you got to replace it, just take it out, put a new one in.
And then you can probably lease these, so then they're CapEx and not, or OpEx and not CapEx.
Yep. Anything over here to report on? I don't think so. Nothing surprising over there, I don't think. Let's go over to this area over here. There's always something I miss in those areas, but anyway, let's continue on. Let me just find a better shot of that side over there. Hang on. Oh, hang on. I think I need to go back. Hang on 1 second. Let's start with this photo. Now, they've moved this one over here too this week.
Yeah, assembled it.
See it. Oh, they've assembled it. Okay, yeah, so it's got its turntable underneath it. And don't seem to have done much with this thing this week. Oh, there was one thing back over there. You can just quickly see it. They keep putting these, where is it? These Gigabay columns here, they're everywhere. There's a couple here now. They seem to...
I need more
around
places
it.
to store them.
Yeah, there's a couple more. There was a couple here from the last few weeks. As we saw, this was ready to roll out, and as we saw, that actually rolled out to Massey's site to have its feet attached, and it should come back and get its HPU, its hydraulic power unit put on, and then it should be pretty well ready for ship 40. I mean, I guess they're going to fast pack one of the next ship.
Yeah, I was going to say they've got to put all the plumbing in for each of the pistons as well, because I don't think that's installed yet.
I think Kamei might do that at Massey's too, with it sitting there now, but who knows?
Oh yeah, they probably will. I wouldn't be surprised if that ends up being the case.
I think that's pretty well it for Massey's.
Sanchez.
Oh, there's a better photo.
For Sanchez?
Sanchez. Oh, no, it's Sanchez. I knew that. Sanchez, yep. I'm blaming the dawn hour. It's 5 o'clock in the morning.
The way they get access to this thing is they've got 3 different stairways. There's the stairway that's up one of the legs, and then there's 2 stairways that those right there. There's 2 stairways that stick down and then go down to the kind of go down to the bottom of the legs, basically. And then once it sits down, they can probably just roll up with a scissor lift or put an extension on the stairway and walk up. So that's how they get access to the top of it.
Cool bananas. So yeah, that's pretty well Sanchez. Let's go over to the build site. So we're back on track. So we've done our first hour, and we've done Massey's and Sanchez. So there you go.
I have a couple of Sanchez questions for you.
Oh, of course. Up you go.
First question is from Richard Drake. They're asking, what is interesting is the mystery trusses at Sanchez. Looks like the base trusses of the flame trench.
Yeah, there's been a few speculations about these, but I don't know about that.
It's not really flame trench related. Yeah.
Yeah, what trusses were in the flame trench?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I can't remember anything looking like that in the flame trenches.
Unless you're talking about the A-frames in the flame trench, but that's where the A-frames, those weren't trusses. So
I think we're all stuck on what those are for, though.
So yeah, we've really got no idea where they're going for now. Thanks, Indy.
And then Lev0824 asks, is the BTS that isn't fully finished yet the only V3 transport stand?
No, that's the second one.
That's third.
That's the third one.
That'll be the third. There'll be the third boosted transport stand that can run Block 3s.
Sorry, my mistake. I thought this one hadn't been modified. Sorry, yeah, that's the third one. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I assume that as soon as that one is done, they will go ahead and start making more. I don't see why they wouldn't.
And then the last question is from Rich R, and he's asking, are those generators for backup or additional power? And I think he's referring to the Tesla.
I'm assume backup.
So there's a couple of there's the generators and there's generators and the battery packs. So the generators are more than likely for backup. The power packs, yeah, for backup, but also you can take advantage of. I don't know whether you have it over in America, off-peak and on-peak power. You can charge them when it's cheaper and discharge them when it's a bit dearer. But this is all, I'd say this is all standby backup power.
I mean, it depends on the price of it's either diesel or natural gas, because a lot of data centers will run them off of your natural gas generation and just use the grid as your backup supply. Because generally, getting long-term natural gas rates contracts are cheaper than electric.
But so these are still methane, yeah. So these could be running off natural gas, yeah, as well as diesel, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Yep. Thanks, Cindy.
My pleasure.
Okay, up to the build site then. Let me see. We got a really nice panoramic this week of the build site. We had some once the clouds cleared, boy. Before we took off, it was looking quite cloudy. But once the clouds cleared, we got some amazing colours on some of the photos of the area. They come out really, really pretty. Okay, enough of that. Let's go on to Gigabay. Let's see. Have I got the rear photo? I'm going to go back to Sanchez. Hang on. Have a look around the back first, just quickly. Give me a sec. Yeah, here we go. Around the back here. So we've got cladding all the way around the side, on the garage side. I was told that this crane was used in this alleyway here. There wasn't enough room for the telehandler to work in there, so they used this crane for these panels. And then the trailer's here for some more panels. So it looks like they're going to continue around. And it took me a second, but obviously this side doesn't need cladding until I get to the factory height, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much. They're starting to do starting to dismantle the windows and all that other stuff so they can convert the factory side into hooking up with the Gigabay. So.
Yep. So the renders show the glass tapering back down in this area, don't they? With those renders, and then goes into solid.
Yeah, I think it starts to taper down in the part between the Star Factory and Gigabay, the part that's not present yet. Yeah.
Gotcha, yeah. So that's going ahead. They seem to take, I suppose, the glass and have to take a few panels out so they can replace them, make square panels. The level 4, the corners were missing last week. The corners have been filled in. This crane's been jacked up just one section, so it hasn't got its new bracing yet. I think the bracing, I think we spotted them in here. The lugs for the braces are in here, I think, already, when they go up one more section. I'm not exactly sure where the concreting's up to. I know on the far side they've done this side. They're
up a couple of floors.
So level 1, level 2, 3, and 4, and then I think they're going through the rest of them up to level 4 before they start on level 5. So they're getting completed on level 4. I'm saying level 4, ground level 1, then this level 2, 3, and 4. Which is not how we do it in Australia, but in here, we're in America. I've got to talk American, don't I? So yeah, Gigabay is looking good. The factory integration's looking good, going ahead. Okay, let's go to the mega bays. Is there anything interesting around the back? That trolley had gone. The RVAC trailers have gone. There's a couple of new parts here. I don't know whether anything significant. I'm not sure what they are. That was them. Oh, that's still they were here the last few weeks. Those things. I'm
Yeah.
not sure what these things are. Just quickly back here at Sanchez. Is this thing to wash underneath vehicles? Is that what that is?
A car wash.
There's one at Massey's as well. Okay.
Car wash station.
Okay, gigabays. What's going on megabays? What's going on in megabays? So megabay 1, we have
Booster night.
19
So you
is
got
in the back left corner.
Yeah.
And then 20 is on the front right turntable. Still needs its landing tank and its aft section. I have not seen the landing tank in Star Factory yet, so I don't know. And not only that, it seems like they're pretty dead set on trying to get 19 out as quick as they can. So with the lifts in Mega Bay, they can't really roll anything into it at the moment. So 20 is kind of stuck with an uncompleted LOX tank and no started methane tank yet. So
Or they're waiting for the test results of
For that.
18.3-420.
yeah, there could be any number of reasons to why they're not moving forward with Booster 20 right now, but it's stuck with an uncompleted LOX tank at the moment. I thought it was going to be done by March, but it looks like they're waiting on stuff. So
As I say, it's going to be probably the first time in a while where we might actually get a ship ready well before the boost, though. Seeing as that's fully stacked and probably going to be ready for testing quite soon.
I at this rate, there's a very solid chance that 40 could be static fired before 20 even cryos.
I could see that happening. Yeah, I could see it happening.
Like Booster 20 started on February 6th. That's when it started stacking. And we're almost 2 months later. And the LOX tank isn't even done yet. So. Yep.
Thank you. So quickly, hot off the press, we've got, hang on, where is it? We've got a couple of ground photos here. So that's from our cameras, RGV cameras. That's looking, when was this? Yesterday. Well, that's your yesterday, so the day before yesterday. So, yep, your yesterday. So ground image, I guess it's much the same as what we're seeing in the aerial. So that'll come along, and yeah, what you're saying down here, Jake, disappear down in this area here.
Yeah.
A nice bit of detail here. The panels going on, basically clipping into place. Is that part of the system? Is it the mounting system, Alex? Is that what that rail is?
Big metal front. Which one?
That one there. Is that part of the concrete?
That's a concrete. That's a ledge for the floor.
The mounting system are those tabs up there.
Up here, gotcha. Yep.
No, the tabs are the higher up above the railing.
Yeah, that those tabs that he's pointing to. Yeah, those. Yeah.
Yeah, those. Okay, yeah. I was looking at the wrong screen. I was looking at a Mauricio image. Sorry, somebody. I saw something shiny.
Oh, yeah. You have to fill us in a sec. And there's
sorry.
Yeah, right. Shinies are good. We love shinies, Alex. We love shinies.
There's 40 on the center stand. It just needs 2 rings of its tiles finished off, and then it's done. With tiles, it's got all of its flaps. It's got its raceways. With those tiles completed, and once that stand's ready for it, 40 should be ready for cryo. So, I really think it's going to be getting its engines before Booster 20 is even fully stacked at this rate. Because even once they restart stacking a Booster 20, it'll still take at least another 2 weeks to finish it. So, yeah. It's going to be weird having the ship done far before the booster's done. That's gonna be a bit weird.
Oh wow, there's a big photo drop in Patreon Lounge of more ground photos. So did you say before, Ryan, about boosters like behind?
Way behind.
Sort of now. So do you think did you say before they're holding back on Booster 20 because of the testing going on at Massey's? Is that what you said? Did you say that before?
That was me. Yeah.
That was you, Kurt.
It could be a combination of things as to why they haven't done it. I mean, Alex has definitely a point in that regard. They could be waiting on testing. They could be waiting on 19 to do its engine static fire. There's a lot of things they could definitely be waiting on. And the thing with 18.3-2 Electric Boogaloo, yeah, I'm going to call it that. I'm gonna keep calling it that. With the landing tank testing that they want to do on it, it's very possible that they want to wait before finishing 20, so that if for some reason they got to make some mods to the inner tank of 20, you would rather do that before the aft gets installed, and before you put the landing tank in.
I mean, isn't that what I just said? But,
yeah.
And I mean, personally, I think it's if they're doing their old cadence of the evens or where they do changes and 19's just the clone. 20 probably 19 may or may not need whatever updates they did that they're testing for, but we'll see.
So there's a few photos from the ground from yesterday. I haven't downloaded them yet, so just looking at these through Discord, so not the full resolution photos. And I don't have control over zooming them so much. Yeah, we might just quickly look through them. I think that's nothing really much we're not seeing from the air. We really appreciate going out there though and getting these photos. RGV, that's awesome. There's 40 again. We could one can see into the factory here. It was interesting. There was a hole in the side of the factory. Oh, there's an even closer picture of 40. I like these this little detail here where they've made the different shaped tiles fitting with each other. I think that's kind of cute.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the common.
I was going to say that.
No, that's the aft. That's the aft. My bad. That's the aft.
I was going to say that's a beautiful design change. The way they got the those bands done now.
Yeah, the two open bands are just the section seals, and those should just be standard tiles that are going to go in those. No small tiles, just standard.
Curious as to what all those little markings are indicated in. All the different colours there.
The triangles?
Yeah, I haven't seen those before.
Recycling? No, wait. Wrong answer.
Oh, in here.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Why do we know why they use smaller tiles here, Ryan?
It's so they can have pin tiles with external stringers on, because that's the aft dome weld right there. So they do that over the aft dome weld. If you were to go up to the common dome, you'll see smaller tiles as well. I don't know if it's in this image or not, but the common dome also has the smaller tiles, and so does the forward dome. It's how they're able to do pin tiles with small external stringers. In the past, they started that with Block 2, so there's the they started doing that with Block 2. On Block 1, it was all glued over those. In fact, there were a ton of glued tiles on Block 1, one of the reasons why Block 1 had so many heat shield problems. Block 2 solved a lot of that, and then Block 3 solves it even more, because one of the other big changes they did too on this version of ship is the bottom, like the aft section of the ship, it used to have smaller tiles. Like the entire aft used to be even slightly smaller tiles than the rest of the main tanks. Now it's all the same. So they've made a lot of changes over the course of, the entire program.
Wait,
It's kind of nice.
why's the middle band so nasty?
That middle band, the one you can
One
see
of them
right
they
there,
have
common. That's
the low one
that's the
below it.
forward. That's the
Yeah,
forward, and then that's the
yeah,
common.
yeah. I don't like that.
Yeah, that's the common dome.
Yeah, that just has to go. Those tiles are just wow.
No,
Alex
Alex
might
needs to
line
go
up,
throw
do
up
they?
now.
I am kind of surprised that the common isn't the same as they're not doing the same setup as the forward and the aft. It's literally a different tile set.
I feel attacked.
But it makes it really, really easy to tell which one's the common, which one's the forward, and which one's the aft.
So does 1, 2, 3 ABC.
Yeah,
but
yeah. A little more helps there, Alex.
We could do Roman numerals.
Yeah.
Some glyphs might work. Okay. Queasy.
But I will say this: we're in the flyover shots and even I know even Gaze gotten some angle shots and Caesar and a few others have gotten it. There's no scaffolding tower around 39, which has me very, very hopeful for it's going to be a full heat shield. Because if they really were planning on doing like more tile removal experiments, they probably would have started doing that before they roll it out for a static fire, like they have in the past. I am very hopeful this is going to be a full, complete heat shield for the first time since Ship 30,
Yeah,
basically.
What the fun in that?
There she be.
Better.
39 herself.
It's really
Okay.
a ship if it doesn't have a hole burnt in the heat shield. Lol.
I was going to say, I wouldn't rule out just yet there being big changes made to that heat shield ahead of flight. Because they might do that after static fire testing.
You shut it.
I mean, I'm not convinced that.
Then. See a static fire, which ones they knock off, and they'll still replace the normal ones, and old ones that were solid, they'll peel off and put lull tiles on.
No, I don't want that.
It's not about you, okay? You have to suffer like I am.
You stop it. That's the comment of the stream. Sorry, that's the one that did it for me, that one.
It's not about you.
So real quick, Steph, I wanted to break in while we're in this area of the Gigabay and everything and let everybody know that while Mauricio was out there getting some ground images, he was also doing something else right across the street from the Gigabay, and that was putting in another camera. So let me actually bring that up real quick.
A live camera for when there's rollouts and so on.
Yeah, so there we go. We've got it up on YouTube right now. So yeah, we have a live camera right across the street there. That is live currently right now. So the plan is to be able to turn it on whenever we have some rollouts and stuff like that. Get a little bit of extra footage, and we can go live while it's happening if people sound interested in that. And also, we're going to be doing some daily time lapses of the Gigabay progress, so that'll be pretty cool.
Thank you, Matt.
That's a great angle.
Yeah, and we can zoom in and zoom out. Like, we can go in and watch the guys work, and can do all kinds of fun stuff.
So, tell us about, it's not 24/7 for now?
Right now it's not 24/7, but we are looking into that. It's pretty expensive. You got to have a pretty decent camera and solar setup and all that kind of stuff to have something remote out there. So it's a little expensive, $800-900, something around in there per camera setup. So we're looking into it, but at the moment we've got this out there temporarily, so we can at least have a little bit of fun here and there.
Some good responses there in chat about that live camera. And Sharpie, no, I don't think that's our contrail up there. I think it's a little bit high for our contrail, for our little Cessna, but that's funny. Very funny. So it's down over here somewhere, but look at it over up to the side there. So I'll put this photo up. It's somewhere just like here somewhere. Oh, that's not the right photo. Somewhere over to that side somewhere. So are we back on my screen yet?
Yeah, I'll put you back over for sure.
Cool, thank you. It's not our little Cessna. My closed caption stays on. That's weird. Oh, zooming in. I see you zooming in there on the actual high bay. Yep. I mean gigabay. Yep. Here I am pointing around on the map here, and no one can see me. Some good zooming in. Okay, now we're back here. So yeah, so it's somewhere over that sort of side of the site. Okay, so Gigabase, thanks everyone for the Megabay update. Thank you very much. Okay, so a quick look over here at the other ring yard. I don't know what we're calling this area anyway. The new trolleys are still there. I don't know there's much really to point out here.
I got a name for this yard, inspired by Ryan. It's the ring yard to Boogaloo 2.
Ring yard 2 electric boogaloo.
Yeah.
There you go.
Although it's not really a ring yard though. So.
No,
I mean,
we only said that. Sorry,
I see some rings in there, off to the left, right down by the dumpsters.
It's not the
that's
same.
actually slash scrapyard.
Yeah.
Okay, this little Zen garden's looking nice and pretty of late. This whole apartment block is getting nicely finished up here and there. They haven't started these balconies, but they have started railing on the front balconies. Looks like they're still doing some fit outs on the actual glass and so on. Now, looking at the front, look around the back again once more. They're still working on the...
And as I say, off to the right there, you can see the palm trees installed in the ground there.
Yes, I'm not the only one that says installed. You know, being planted, yeah.
Sorry, I couldn't resist saying that then.
Oh, you're going to dig at me. Cool. All right. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I was saying they were installing the trees this day in show and tell, and they're going, what? You don't install trees, you plant them.
It's landscaper speak. Install.
So they're digging out another spot for the installation of trees. Looks like they're going to another one over here. So well, when you look one of the angles, it looked like they were crooked, but that wasn't really a tree. So
I mean, generally you don't hydrovac your holes or hydro-excavate either, but
I guess it's just a neat way to do this. I wonder if there's services under here or something they want to avoid.
They're just being bougie.
There's one good thing about palm trees, their root system's not invasive, like not like a big eucalyptus tree or whatever, where the roots are quite invasive, sorry.
They're grass, not trees.
They are grass, that's true, yep. Exactly. Same with sugarcane, yeah.
I never realized that until now. Wow.
I was going to say I learned something new, but didn't want to be the only one. Thanks, Jake.
That's not a problem.
Okay, around the front here, they're starting with the balconies safety railing. Looks like I would have thought they would have put black glass, but it looks like they're putting solid panels. Oh, unless no, that's actual material. Yeah, I was going to say, unless they've just put glass that's got covering on it, but that's actually the building material.
I was going to say those are hanging down, aren't they? Below the. Or am I seeing things wrong there?
They're
You know,
along
you're
the
seeing
floor
things now.
slab.
Oh, you know what?
Which
Yeah.
that's just suspended on the, hanging down below the slab from the slab level down.
Yeah, that's just finishing the outside of the building along the floor, basically.
Ah,
It's
they're
just
not up above. Ah, you're right, Jake. Yeah, okay, yep.
going to say those are the Australian balconies.
Right.
So they may get black glass fencing after all.
Yeah, you walk about 5 feet until you fall off the floor.
Yep. Oh, okay. Well, I had that completely wrong. Sorry, Jake. You're correct. Okay, so yeah, that building, this is about finished. This little corner here with the insulation. Got another air conditioning unit to put up on here. And that's pretty close to being finished now. Let's have a quick look for the photos of the front of the site. I'm sure I got a good photo of the front of the site. One sec. Here we go. Might hand that one over to Jake for a second.
Yeah, so this is what we're obviously expecting to be Starship Park, where there's going to be various monuments, which I'm assuming is going to be Starship vehicles, maybe Raptor engines, maybe other hardware as well. And then that structure in the middle there, we think that might be the visitor center, maybe. Yeah, I think some of us thought there was maybe formwork going up there, but I think it's going to be some sort of like wooden building. I think it's yeah, bit of a, I don't know, bit of an unusual one.
Probably a,
Yes.
I would assume booster 12 on one side, and then either ship 41 or ship 42 going to be on the other side, whichever one gets caught first. Yeah, whichever ship gets caught first and survives will be the ship that'll go on the site, because that won't get reused. They'll just they'll dig into it and everything, and then they'll save that for display. And so you'll have the first caught ship and first caught booster, I would assume, on both sides. And then yeah, so we'll have to wait to see when they build up a stand, because I would assume they would come over with a drilling rig and drill some piles in where they want to put a booster or a ship, if they're going to do it for long term. You know,
I'd love to see the booster displayed horizontally here, but I got a funny feeling that's not going to be happening. I think it's going to be a vertical display.
What about ship 20? Where do you think it'll go?
Scrap.
Yeah, that's
They'll the first ship that comes back, that'll be the one put on display. Ship 20 is only alive right now because they don't have another ship to replace it. That is the only reason why it's still alive. That's it. That thing is a useless pile of junk, and I hope that it gets scrapped the first chance they get it to.
How do you really feel about it?
That's exactly how I really feel about it.
Do you want to
I love the
explore
ship
your
20.
feelings more?
Ship 20 is a mosh pit of a suborbital ship with RVAC mounts.
Hey, mosh pits are fun, so don't associate ship 20 with one, please.
Oh, okay. Sorry. It's a it's hard to describe what it is, but it's a pile of junk. Is really what it is. Like,
So Alex, yeah, he did want to express his feelings more.
yeah.
Exactly. It's important.
so. So what I'm really hearing here is that Ryan's a massive fan of Ship 20.
I agree.
It's metal.
It is stainless steel. That is true. It is stainless steel.
You guys crack me up. That's funny as cool. Not much else to go on the build sites. Let's jump over to the launch site, shall we?
Do you want to answer some questions before you hit launch site?
Of course we do. Thank you, sorry.
Only
Thank you,
about
Indy.
ship 20.
As long as it's about ship 20.
None of them are about ship 20.
Yet.
Rich R is asking, will completed ships and boosters only be able to exit Gigabay from the front?
Yes.
Yep.
Well, because they've already built the back door too low. Yep. So yes.
Okay. Sharpie's wondering, will Gigabay doors be flush with cladding or sunken somewhat to the interior?
Sunken.
Probably sunk a little bit, yeah.
A bit like the current bays, or maybe they've got a better... Now we can tell that here. Isn't this the rails here already? We can already see some of the railing here, so that's going to be sort of set back that far. Well, the rear doors anyway. I'm not sure about the front doors.
That's how it's looking.
That's how it's looking, yep. Thanks, Indy.
Matthew McCalmus is asking, do you think ship 40 cryos before 39 static fires?
Ryan?
No, I think 39 is going to static fire before ship 40 cryos. I think they're pushing hard on trying to get to flight 12. After that is going to be 13, and who knows how long it's going to be until that one. So
we also want to thank Rich R for his $4.99 donation, and he says, love an electric boogaloo. So you got a fan there, Webby. James L. also wants to know, you think in the future SpaceX will ever have 6 flights taking off from around the same time?
they need 6 pads to do that, and they're only going to have 5 at the moment.
But in the future, he's asking.
Anything's possible in the
Sky's the limit.
That's true. If they build a pad at Vandenberg, then yeah, they could do 6 at the same time. In
And
theory.
Australia. Don't forget Australia.
Why?
But the other thing is I don't think they'd want to do it at the exact same time. It'd probably be within like 30 minutes of each other, or at least like within 15 minutes of each other, maybe. It depends on the range, on whether or not they can do that. I know like the quickest between 2 flights you can do is like 30 minutes or something along those lines, I think, on the Eastern Range. At least at the moment. So
Rumor has it Ryan secretly loves ship 26.
No.
Oh, ship 20. Just wishful thinking to have one launch in Australia. That's just wishful thinking.
And Andy Adler wants to know, which one is ship 20?
Yes.
Best ship.
The only ship that's outside right now it's been outside since...
No, we need an exact day, Ryan.
It has been in the Rocket Garden since May 11th of 2022.
And that's how many days, Ryan?
Right, exactly. What's the number count now?
All right, we'll do it real quick.
Let's use date time.
1,429 days it has been outside in the Rocket Garden.
How many Mars years is that?
3 years, 10 months, 29 days. There you go.
Mars years?
How many?
I don't know how many.
And how many? And now we need to know how many minutes and seconds.
I gotta say, for someone who says he doesn't like ship 20, he sure has a lot of info on him. I don't think anybody.
I'm literally putting the dates into the date calculator. It's not like it's that complicated.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. You keep telling us that. That's okay.
I mean, you could open a REPL and do it in Python. And just...
We're here for you, Webby. We're here for you.
Wait, was ship 20 ever inside? Ask Event Dudes.
Inside where? Orion's head, rent free.
That is a good point, though. I don't know if I would call the high bay inside. That's kind of a good point on that one.
It's been outdoors. It's free range.
And then Gilad Niam asks, will the flap testing tower on the static fire test area... Oops. He says, with the flap testing tower on the static fire test area, is it possible for a ship to simulate an entire reentry? Reentry burn, hold tanks full and stress test the flaps, then do a landing burn.
Alex?
Are you trying to try to simulate a flip and burn? I really don't know what the point in that would be, to be honest. Because
You'd never be able to correct
yeah.
the forces on it.
Yeah, with it strapped down, you're never going to be able to correctly simulate any the same forces like that.
Now, the forces on the flip, that'd be fairly mild compared to the rest of the flight regime, wouldn't it?
Oh, compared to when the ship is coming back through reentry, that's the flip and burn is nothing.
Yeah.
Just walk in the park.
Yeah. Oh, they're talking about your heaps in chat here. Rumour has it that Ryan also only eats turkey and bacon and tofu burgers. What? What the hell's that in relation to? I don't know.
What?
I don't know. Anywho, thank you, Detroit Mission.
I eat regular bacon. Thank you very much.
I like that that's what you're upset about is the bacon. Turkey bacon is a no.
Sorry,
Like
Ryan.
tofu is disgusting. But
Yeah, I agree.
But
yeah.
Thank you, Indy.
Ew.
My pleasure.
So we can move on to the launch site now. Cool. Here we go.
And I
launch
don't
site.
burn it like Jack Byer does.
I love bacon, but I cook it different to Jack too, actually.
Yeah, same.
Okay, welcome to the Gateway to Mars. Looking nice and sharp. A few people are complaining about its centering and this letter spacing here, which I was explained what the right word was, but I forgot the word, Alex.
So does it say Alex, does it trigger your OCD?
not at all.
Not at all?
No, it's just bad.
It's
Bad
just
kerning. I'm used to it. You should hear what happened in finishing base. Commercial finish base when you're doing legals.
Yep.
People have so many opinions about stuff that nobody would ever know.
What was that word again? What would you say with the K word?
Kerning.
Kerning. That's it. Thanks. I shall definitely forget that word again. Thank you very much. Okay. Looking at the launch mount, if I find the down photo, straight down photo, they've here we go. They've reassembled a heap of scaffolding. They've got the platform reinstalled and got scaffolding up over the QDs. And I believe they were working on these sensors up here.
They look like they removed them.
No, they're still there. The biggest thing, and this kind of was brought up by Ryan Hansen last night too, is it really feels like those are required anytime they're taking a booster on and off that mount. So it kind of feels like these are just replacing the stabilizer mounts. Granted, they don't have to, hook in hydraulics and an actuator or anything, but it feels like they need to integrate these into the hood with like some kind of door.
Or
I'm holding out hope they're gonna integrate them into the fronts of the hoods, possibly right above where the doors are.
They'll be gone, and they're just strictly here for calibrations. Because do they need those on the ship when they're stacking it? You put some reference targets on the actual arms themselves, and you guide it with that. It's easier.
The ships use proximity sensors as well. Well, they did on Pad 1.
Yeah, they do. There's also prox sensors between the ship and the booster too for stacking.
Again, I personally think these are just.
I hope they're just for calibration. I hope so. Otherwise, they have to uninstall and reinstall them every time they go put a booster on, or for that matter, they have to find a way to integrate them with the housing and cover them. But I could be wrong and Alex could be right. Or we're both wrong. One of the two. Who knows?
There's no option where you're both right.
Probably
Only ship 20's involved.
All right, I'm just going to pick
Breathe,
myself
Webby.
up before from laughing the last 5 minutes straight. Also, they've removed the centering balls, I guess, or what you call them, spheres, and the associated little bit of linkage that goes with them, sitting over here, all 20 of them. So since they've had the booster up on here, they're doing a bit more work with the whole table and its whole alignment system somehow. Was it you, Ryan, was saying when it was lifted that there was definite movement after the last clamp moved?
I'd have to go back and look at the last D-stack, but definitely during the first D-stack, when that last clamp arm retracted, the entire booster shifted. So they're probably still figuring out alignment. I mean, you gotta remember that was the first time they've ever put a booster on this pad, and they just gotta do alignment and calibration. Hopefully, they just needed to do that a few times, and they'll get it nailed down, and it won't have any issues in the future. But it is kind of hilarious when the last clamp arm disengages and the entire booster decides to shift. It's like, oh,
Well,
okay.
The other thing with it, if with only 10 engines on it and their distribution, the center of gravity and center of balance is definitely not in the normal location. So I'd expect it to be a bit more squirrely.
I'm just thinking about that. Is there actually any correlation between the booster shifting like that and that arm retracting? Because when the boost at that point in time, the booster shouldn't have been touching any of the arms. If I'm understanding correctly, it should have been sort of slightly above them.
Yes.
So yeah, there shouldn't have been any correlation between the arm moving and the booster moving.
There was, though, as soon as because you could see, I think it was the arm. I don't remember. I'd have to go back to look to see it, but it was like one of the arms towards the tower side. You literally see the hood go retract, and then the entire as soon as it starts to retract and goes in, the entire booster just shifts. So I don't know. Maybe the hood hit the side of the booster. I don't know.
Or it wasn't. Or they thought it was higher than it was, and it was sagged over a bit.
Yeah, there could have been any number of things as to why that happened. Maybe it was a mistake, a one-time mistake. But either way, it's a new system, and they're figuring it out. Hopefully, then when it goes for its 33 engine static fire out in a few weeks or so, that it goes much smoother. So.
Thank you. Now down here, I'm not sure what's going on down here. A little detail down here. So thanks to Eventdees to put these couple of photos together. If I can just find them.
Damp
here we
dust.
go. Dust. So that's from this week, and then this is from the 7th. There seems to be something stuck in there. So what's going on there?
A little debris. I mean,
not engine debris.
No, look further up. Just follow. There's little hot spots and debris everywhere.
Okay. It just seems to is that an illusion? It just seems to be jammed open a little bit, but maybe that's just an illusion.
If you look at all of them, they're not perfectly parallel, and depending how dust is built up and how damp it is, because if you look at the two down towards the bottom, follows that one towards the end, you see, where it's obviously parts of it's dampers and is a bit more wet. It's just how stuff dries.
Okay, cool.
That's definitely an illusion going on there.
Let's say it wouldn't. I mean, those are all welded together. I doubt that would get jammed open like that.
Yeah.
And not only that, they've ran that deluge a few times after the fact, and there's a chance that it hasn't fully dried off yet. So.
Yep. Thanks. So they're filling the water tanks up as we speak. Now the roof is on still, and they're starting to work on the side panels up there.
Well, they've now
English.
looked to they pretty much got one side fully covered now.
Here we go. So they've had they've almost got this fully covered through here already. Little
Yeah.
gap here, just for your people who like gaps in things.
I mean, there's a filler panel that they're going to install.
Yeah.
Still down on the ground somewhere, yeah.
I mean, with a row of
Yes.
holes, it's obvious they're going to be bolting stuff on. Either bolting them together or they're going to be bolting a plate between panels.
Gotcha, yep. They bolt one to the other,
I haven't watched how they're assembling them.
Yeah.
Maybe easier just to have a filler plate that they bolt. But they might overlap.
Oh, that's not the part I'm looking for. Okay, so that's pretty well the tower and the launch mount, I think. Heaps of work going on since the booster was there, recalibrating stuff. They put the have they put the cap on, or they just covered it with plywood? Just covered it with plywood, maybe.
Yeah, it looks like it's temporarily covered at the moment.
Hang on, are they new squares? Are they new markings, those 4 squares?
They might just painted them.
I don't remember them being painted last
They
week.
have been doing so many shenanigans over there, especially because when they rolled out the booster transport stand for an hour, did some lit it up, did some stuff with it. I don't even see the arms extend or retract, and then they rolled it back an hour later. They're definitely doing some tower comm stuff here and there. I don't know. It's definitely interesting compared to the old pad. How much the transport stand is working with the pad itself and whatnot.
And we got some ground shots. Oh, sorry, Alex, go ahead.
I was just going to say they have to be a lot more precise where they're putting the vehicle compared to the previous strap. It's kind of at the extreme of how far they can have it open as well.
The actual sticks.
Yeah.
Yeah, those sticks literally have to be all the way over to one side. They literally like maxed out in order to stack on this new pad, which I think is I don't really know if it's a design flaw or it's just kind of the way they designed it. Not much margin for error.
Yeah, that's fully retracted, that actuator, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm just double checking it. How do we expect the approach of the ship onto the lift station to look?
It should probably be straight in.
Right, the lower mounts that's painted, Mark II.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Until Giga Bay, we're probably going to have them do the crazy 3 booster alignment.
Yeah, the booster alignment is just jank because of the way they have to get the booster out of the bay to begin with on the transport stand, and then they have to use the jank way to line it up with the pad itself. So they're literally gonna have to deal with that for at least the next year or however long it takes until they can start making boosters inside that bay.
Did they actually put cabling on the back here with the sign?
Not yet.
Yeah,
So it's not lit up yet.
Well, and the elements are somewhat damaged too. So the sign is installed, but it's going to be a while before it's actually lit up.
I'm assuming they're going to replace the neon tube with LED lighting.
Probably.
Oh, is that still neon, is it? Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's some neon elements in there. Some of them are gone. Some of them are still in there. Gazer got a really nice up close shot of it. There's some missing, some there, and I kind of agree with Alex. They'll replace it all with LEDs, and then they'll have to wire it up and They might have it ready for booster static fire, but we'll see.
Definitely for the full vehicle stack.
Yeah, it'll be ready by the time Flight 12 is ready to go, but I don't know if it'll be ready within 2 weeks. Probably 4 though.
Neon's so 80s. All right. So this area here, they're putting some geo stuff down. Looks like they're going to finally get ready to concrete this area. Although they're still just doing this bit of electrical here. So something's going to be sitting here that needs electrical.
Cybertruck parking, charging stations.
Okay, that makes sense. Yep. Someone in chat saying the TFR must be close to the ceiling of the helicopters, Andy. I think the helicopters tend to stay outside the TFR rather than go over the top of the TFR. Oh, they finally got rid of these MOVAC units. I'm sure that was this week or last week, but they've been moved. Maybe last week with a static fire. Anyhow, looks like they've finished cleaning the trench out. I just noticed that today. Okay, so moving on over at gate. Oh, there's a nice shot of the roof up close. So yeah, I can see the dot holes that Alex was talking about. And yeah, a little gap there to put a filler in. Over at this gate here, they're doing some concrete work. So we don't think it's a wall because they put this in recently, so not that doesn't mean they can cut it out. But in this cage here, that might be being built on top of the concrete to be dropped down in here later.
It fills the culvert, the drainage culvert. You can see the formwork on one side.
Along here, yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, I'll drop it in between that and the road and continue the stormwater collection culvert they have there.
So that's the floor of the culvert, yeah?
Floor and the walls. Or it could be the top and the walls, which is more than likely.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because they're all doing cast in place.
Sure, no, there's a photo from head on to. Yeah, it doesn't matter. We'll move on.
Yeah, side on is usually better than straight down for most of these, because then you get some depth cues.
Yeah, absolutely. Can't quite get the angle there. It doesn't matter. We'll move on to the pump farm. Now, the pump farm. The LOX has been hooked up finally for the tower, but the methane isn't.
The whole methane manifold isn't hooked up, so.
Which manifold, sorry?
The main methane manifold by the horizontal storage tanks.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, while they do some transferring and hooking in.
Yeah, I mean, 3 of them just have tape seals. Those 2 have actual caps on it, but the other 3 are just.
Oh, I thought they were capped. Sorry, Alex.
No.
Okay, so it's still not hooked up. Yep.
Nope. I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's isolated, but yeah, when this line is daylighted, so.
Try and get a closer shot of that. Here we go. Oh, there you go. It is just sticky tape. So they've got one of the flex lines in. They've got all 4 of these the verticals put in. So they're getting. There's not much to go to finish that off.
And the flex lines are a little bit farther down.
Yeah, that's on the ground down here somewhere.
Right there. You passed them.
They're right by
there
the pad.
in front of the new footings. Right there.
Yeah, I gotcha. They've hooked up the other, where is it? The other methane line there. And that one too.
That one's a
and
pre-press line, the fill line, and the liquid vape line that's hooked up.
And
Oh,
what's
that's Frosty, yeah?
Yep.
That's a fill line.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
And
transferring. If you go to the smaller methane tanks, go down. You can see the frosty lines off of them.
so they're de-tanking these tanks and filling and putting it in these tanks, yeah?
Currently.
Yep.
Well, they're at least quenching these tanks.
Yeah.
Because the recovery system is going crazy.
This was venting, yeah?
That one's venting a little. That recovery system hasn't been fully plumbed in yet. But the main
That's what
one.
I figured, yeah.
I mean, they have the tank vents are venting to it because the silver pipe is hooked up, but they can close those valves and use the other lines to vent it back. Because if you look here, this one's fully.
Cool. So does that mean that we could see these tanks removed soon-ish?
I mean, it's been a couple of weeks that at least 4 of them haven't really been, or 3 of them haven't been doing anything.
And it looks like they're emptying the rest of them at this point. So
those 2 have always been active. I didn't look to see if there was any offloading happening during the flyover or if they're transferring.
No tankers there or there, so.
I mean, if it could be residual, more than likely they're quenching the other tanks and starting to transfer. But yeah, they're at that stage at least for assembly and installation.
So explain quenching for us quickly.
Quenching is just bringing it down to operational temperatures. So you're just cooling it. Same thing as when you temper steel or any metal, and cooling rapidly or not so rapid.
Thank you. And while we're on this photo here, we've got the new methane upload station, which you can track that back into the fill line. So I'm not sure, I couldn't quite work out last week or this week if they actually dismantled the old fill station yet. I don't think they had yet, had they? That still that could still actually be active, but it won't be long. They won't need that once they commission this fill point, this upload point. So we got the bollards, right? They got the bollards in. Oh, that's a fancy pipe. And they've just filled this trench over with steel. I thought they're plywood. You're saying they're steel, Alex?
I believe they're steel. I don't know why you'd put plywood over them.
Just why not?
But say that's not going to last long if you stick plywood over those.
Plywood makes it funnier. But anyways.
True. Yeah, I mean, they're just covering those. Nothing's in them. It's just for safety. And throwing plywood down and there's no sandbags or anything to secure it would kind of be.
It'd turn out like SLS trying to roll out.
As well as a lawsuit if somebody were to fall in it. But yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder how long it takes for a truck to knock this bollard around.
How fast is the truck going when it hits it?
Yeah, how fast.
Or a machine or something. Cool. So what's going on over here? This is all getting nicely stripped. We have slowly been not noticing that. Do you think a refurb or get rid of this one altogether? I wonder.
I mean, they're pretty violent on how they've been chopping everything out.
I would assume that building's gonna go. I don't know why you would need that building there anymore, in particular, because your control buildings are now all the way over there on the other side of the pad, kind of
Right.
away from all the exhaust and everything else. I would. Would they need another control building for the once
Yep.
pad 1 gets? I'm assuming. Yeah.
Yep. If it's going to have its own pump farm, it's going to need its own control building. It's going to need the tower. It's going to need its own control, monitoring, everything.
So the question is, where does that go? I guess.
Probably where that one is.
Yeah, the mud map had a control building here somewhere. But yeah, like they need the variable frequency drive building and that sort of thing, don't they, for the pump farm and that? Okay, we'll just go over to. We'll come back to that one. Actually, no, while we're here, because it's going to be hard to find this photo again. So we've got a heap of staging stuff here. Heaps, I think some more parts have arrived for the bunker. And with the roof of Tower 2 has been here for a while. This pad, we can't quite get up and ask what this pad's for. I think it's for a staging area for the construction. Do you still think it'll be concreted?
Yeah.
Eventually.
Yeah,
Actually, while we're here, dang it, we'll talk about pad 1.
That's crap.
Yeah, that's crap. I don't know when they'll concrete it. Yeah.
That one's fun. On some of the shots, you can see the 3 different fills that they used.
Under here.
Yeah, the top one's a sort of limestoney sand, and then there's other shots that you can actually see the different sizes aggregate.
Cool. Just while we're on this shot though, so the sheet piling seems to be completed along the side of the trench. This one seems to be shorter. I'm not sure what's going on there. They haven't quite finished here yet, or if that's actually going to be shorter.
It probably didn't finish it yet.
Sorry?
Probably didn't finish it. Remember, this is the terminus end, so it's not very... They don't have to excavate down too far.
Yeah. So they've got we'll go on,
with the way that one sheet pile is still sticking out of the ground like that, I'd like to think that, yeah, they haven't quite finished along that run yet.
Yep.
And I think they have welded on either side of the sheet pile directly behind that one. They still have the alignment tabs for where they laid the steel on. Yeah.
Gotcha, yep. So speaking of alignment tabs, they've got this one set up now for, well, it looks like the edge of the bunker building.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, if we remember, this one's trench is going to be sitting about a meter and change deeper than pad bonks. So, yeah, it's going to be. They're going to have to dig everything down. And if you look on the fill that they brought in, there's some shots that it's markedly higher than this working grade. So they're doing, in my opinion, very similar to what they did to Gigabase. They're going to sheet pile this in, dig it out, and bring in fill.
Yeah, is that the water you're talking about? Is that water in there already? Yep. Groundwater? Yeah.
That looks like groundwater. Yeah. It doesn't look like it's coming from the jet grouting spoils.
I see what you're saying, yeah, because that's actually going over that way, isn't it? Cool, so that's a bit of an indication why they need this. So it came up in Chantel a bit what was going on over here. So yeah, because I had a guess it was because it was getting slightly deeper, but I hadn't noticed the water right there so prevalently. So they do have groundwater very close here at Starbase on pad 2.
I mean, that could also just be drainage from when they're jet grouting as well, but this whole area when they were digging, when they're demoing everything, was also had groundwater just seeping.
Yes, it did. So over this side, they've got a pad ready. I'm guessing for the apron, for the apron on that side.
Yep.
I'm still thinking the drawworks will be over there. I haven't got anything to confirm that yet, but I'm just to guess that it's going to be that side.
Yep.
What's that line? Oh.
It's been there for weeks.
So you're going to say something more about the apron?
It's just yeah. I mean, that's just another floating foundation. That ladder is a good indication how deep it is. Right by the edge in the blue, yeah. I mean, that shovel. Did I say ladder?
Yeah, it's a shovel.
Yeah, no, I said in my head, I
Big
said
tool.
yes. No, in my head, I was like, it's a shovel. And then I think, did I just say ladder? What's wrong with me?
A bit like me calling Sanchez Massis and things like that. Yeah, that happens. Sure.
But I mean, previously they were cantilevering the drawworks off of the tower base, so more than likely this apron won't be supporting much besides the roof.
Oh, no, actually cantilever off the actual tower again.
Yeah.
What did they do at Florida?
They built out an extension, but it's all concreted and tied in together.
And pad 2, and same thing with 37, it's just going to be integrated in with the tower base as part of the speed cores.
Yeah, of course,
yeah. So multiple different designs because of the way the bases are built, which is why they should have knocked the tower down.
I agree.
Both 39s and this one's, yeah.
Yeah, they should have knocked both those towers down and redone them. But here we are. So it would be more standard across the whole thing. It would have been, I think it just would have been better to standardize it, but they decided they didn't really want to knock a tower down and redo the whole thing and spend all the time doing that, so they didn't do it.
But it would look so good if they blew out 2 of the legs and let it fall over there. It would look awesome.
It would have looked glorious. It would have been amazing.
Still not too late.
It's not too late. It's not too late.
They could
do
drop
it right over into that the trapezoid right there. Right over there.
Nah, drop it on the triangle building.
Yeah. We got to get rid of it anyways. That's good. That's a good plan. Yeah. 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yes.
Or 1 tower.
There's really only this little area here. They've got to get rid of this little damper area here. And most of the sort of the base of the groundwork's done. It's happened a lot quicker than I expected. So, and there's obviously still a lot more to go on top before they finish, but the actual base level's looking good.
They're focusing on pad 1 to get it done. They'll probably try to get that section done first, and then I wonder if they'll try to fill in the. Well, no, I don't know if you would want to fill that in because you have to put a bunch of stuff there. Maybe fill out the fill. You know that area like right around the triangle building, that little indent, basically area in between the pads. Where the new pump arm's going to go, I would maybe fill that in, then knock out all that concrete, and then build the new slabs for all the subcoolers, pumps, water deluge, and heat exchanger, and then the pre-press and isolation lines. Just do all that all at once.
I mean, they're just most of this. They just put down their bulk fill, and then when they build, just like they did by pad 1, they dig it up and start compacting it for real. So most of this has all just been truly just fill.
Cool. Okay, so I've finished off this footings, and they got some rebar ready to pour that bit of concrete in. Okay, let's head
What's
over
the,
to. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, go back. Oh, go back to that photo again.
Extra set of embed plates.
Yeah, I'm curious. What's the deal with those extra embeds though?
They're going to have tanks underneath the tanks.
Okay.
And yeah, they'll probably be further in the middle. So there's probably going to be another row of embeds put in.
Basically the high pressure.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, underneath the two large tanks, they have a bunch of skids under there.
Yeah.
These things.
Now I'm thinking they're going to just be skids like they have under the two large diameter ones. They have a whole heap of valves and stuff.
Down under there, yeah.
Between the two of them.
Oh, yeah, and down there, yeah.
Yeah, you can't see them from this angle.
Yeah. Good question, Jake. Let me see. Oh, it doesn't matter. We know they're under there anyway. I won't go looking too much. So we'll go over to the ASU now. Quickly, I did find this was a bit funny. Funny Lala, the landfill dump of all the conduit offcuts.
Or the conduits are still installing.
Yeah, that too.
Just piled it there as they're installing it.
If it's scrap, I'll take some. Why not? Who knows? Might have uses.
Yeah.
Can't see that being installation. It's a bit messy, but
no, they put it there as they're installing it. You can look next to the orange skid steer. They're installing. I mean, not the orange, the white one. They still haven't completed those runs. Yeah, no, they just dumped it.
And
they're just going to go over there and grab a piece and set it. And once a bundle comes apart, you're kind of SOL.
Alrighty. So I got some formwork up here for some kind of slab in here. Not sure here. What do you think, Alex? A building in here and some heat exchangers that way, and cooling towers over here, maybe?
It's so far it's looking like it's a 2 to 3 foot thick slabs they're putting. It's kind of the same construction they did for most of where they putting their heavy equipment down. I mean, they might just have the water pumps on here.
Okay, so there's water pumps separate to the actual cooling towers, yeah?
I'm assuming they're going to split them out, but they might have them all self-contained.
Are there piles over here?
Yeah, there's piles all over the place.
No, under that area where we were just at.
Yeah, there's along the walls. There's 3 very on the left. No, where it's all formed in stuff along the left. Yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then corresponding right between the diagonal conduits coming out of the ground. You can see them. Yeah. This
thank you.
Yeah, it's a substantial.
Oh, there's one there.
Yeah.
One there.
And they just...
My eyes were looking for the round top, not just the wires, but yeah, this is built up more than the stuff to the right, so that makes sense. Thank you.
Yeah, and they just dumped the formwork here like they did the conduit, so...
So that's that little area over here. So this will have to get hooked up to the cooling towers. I keep getting mixed up what these ones are for.
They're all the cooling loops
in here.
And there's 2 heat exchangers and 4 turbo compressors.
Yep.
That's
right. Thanks.
Compression, more compressing.
The compressor gas, it gets hot, you cool it, and it continues on.
Yep. And you expand it and you get cold.
Yeah. I mean, expand again, it goes cold. Yeah. And you think these are an oiler? I'm not sure if that came up in last week's live stream, or it was a Tuesday show. I get a bit mixed up sometimes.
I believe there's some other shots from a couple of weeks back where you could see their outlets where they're heading. And most of them were terminating on the actual compressor.
Now that shot, let me bring up that shot you shared for me about that. Where is it? I thought I saved it here. Hang on 1 second. Hang on 1 sec. I seem to have lost it. What? Just 1 second here. You shared a nice picture of that compressor system, all as a drawing. I saved it. I can't find it. Never mind. I won't go looking for it. Never mind. Doesn't matter. But on that drawing you shared to me, Alex, there was the oiling. I'm pretty sure the oiling ports were actually showing on it.
Yeah. I mean, they have a massive gears that they're spinning. They're spooling up all the centrifugal pumps.
Oh, yeah, Stephanie. Niles tagged you in where it was shared. In Studio VC comments.
Oh, gotcha. 1 second. Let me just put it so I can look at it. Gotcha. It'll be here in a sec. I did save that deliberately in a folder where I'd find it straight away, but you know how it is some days. They just disappear for no reason. Just give me a sec. I've got it here. Somebody's got to bring it up. Where are you? There it is. There you go. Yeah, this is an awesome, an awesome drawing. Appreciate your patience waiting for that. So yeah, what's the opposite of reduction anyway? So this gear with a big gear driving and a little gear being driven, that's a massive gearing up. So this shaft on electric motors around 1700, couple of thousand revs per minute. Electric motors usually run at roughly. And that'd be geared to something like, I don't know, 10 or so to 1. And this one here is not quite as fast. This will be maybe a lower pressure, and then up here to a higher pressure maybe. Maybe an intermediate pressure over here. But yeah, see, here they might be the oiling lines there maybe.
I believe those are, yeah.
Cool. Okay. Thanks for your patience on that.
It's all good.
I meant the audience, yeah, because they had to wait for me fiddling around like stumbling around, fumbling around. Like. This week we finally see a bit of the plumbing to hook all this gear up, which is good to see. So maybe something like that piece in here, maybe that's what these are. Or that piece up there. And we saw this line hooked up the other week, but that's all we saw for now. So
and then there's going to be one coming from the top down.
Oh, from up here?
Yeah, that one. It's going to head wheat.
That one's going to come down?
Yeah, it's C1 on the interconnect stage. Yeah, that very top one. Yeah.
Oh, that one's going wee. Okay. Let me guess.
How does it go, Stephanie?
That one. Sorry, Jake.
I said, how does it go, Stephanie?
What Alex said, it's going to go wee down there. Okie dokie. So, let me see. Let me get some questions for the launch site there. Indy, please.
Sure, Crane Man. We'll start off with Crane Man's questions. Crane Man's wondering, could these deluge pipes have come loose from vibrations and just need to be welded again?
No, that was just the just illusion that we were seeing there. There's nothing's actually come apart there.
If those came apart just from that, I would be significantly worried, to say the least.
And I'd put cash money that's a water bottle that's sitting.
Yeah, that's yeah.
I'd put a lot of money down if I was in Vegas and that was a prop bet.
Fair enough. Crayman's also wondering, are they cladding the full top of of Tower B or only the sides and front?
Sides and front so far.
Yeah.
To make it look as questionable as possible.
Archangel DJ is asking, with all the focus they're putting towards automating the transportation stand, do you think SpaceX is building or working with the manufacturer to build a self-driving SPMT?
I don't think they'd have to talk to the manufacturer to do that.
Yeah, they could come up with their own system to do it.
They might know some people have written quite a bit of software for doing those sorts of things. And license
like FSD, like right there, actually. It's probably software sitting right there, actually.
Yeah. There's the software for doing that is in a ton of vehicles that are at Starbase, but I don't think they're anywhere close to doing that with that, because I mean, I really don't see the need to really automate it unless you're just trying to pull a booster away from the pad after a launch. That's the only time you might want to automate that, because, you know.
I mean, brains aren't automated.
Yeah. I just don't see any reason to automate that.
But
to be honest.
Then again, at ports, they have quite a bit of automation for container loading, unloading, and moving.
Brian Harris is asking, will they put an antenna on top of Tower 2? Don't they need to bring the ship and booster for a catch? I think it's supposed to be in between for a catch.
Well, don't know if they're using those towers for navigation.
As far as I know, that antenna on Tower 1 is a weather station, not comms. I think their comms is like over in South Padre Island for bringing vehicles back. I think it's on top of I think it might be in a building somewhere out there. Their solution down the line could be what they're planned to do over at the Cape, which they're building 100-meter tall comms towers. There's one near 39A and one just north of 37 that they're building. I wouldn't be surprised if they do that out at Starbase as well. Somewhere near the production site, they build like a large comms tower and just have that be the way the vehicles communicate. But it's not like directly with the tower at all. It's a weather station on top of there.
And then we also want to welcome Emmanuel to the team. He's now an RGV flight supporter. And the last question is from Missing Tools. They're asking, was the Lind ASU plant in Brownsville more plug-and-play modular than this one?
About the same. I mean, the difference is this one, they had to sort of break into sort of segments and split up.
Make it fit the land they had.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like, here's our compressing builder splat, here's our pre-purification section, and then here's our cold box and turbo machinery. So yeah, they just... And that one took quite a while to assemble as well.
You can bring all the forms in, but actually hooking up all the lines, compressors, electrical, it's not quick.
Yeah.
There's a lot to hook up. So
yeah, I don't think any of that stuff comes like as a kit ready to go. When it comes to that part, there's still guys out there bending tubes and conduit to make it work for what the situation and what the places they have to put it.
Yeah, prefab it adds a dimension to the challenge.
And then we just got one more question from Event Dudes. He's wondering, new manhole port next to Tower 2 for commodities?
Manhole port.
What's
Where?
what you mean?
The ones for at the base in the corner there that are leading off to the, I think on those three were there forever, if those are the three
They're
dudes.
the
Point to.
electrical bolts coming in.
Or is it the lift station stuff at the entrance?
He
Where they
says
finally
next to
had.
Tower 2.
Well,
Oh, yep, base corner. Yep, base corner.
yeah, those three
So
have
you were
been
right.
there since early on. Yeah,
Yeah,
they've been covered with
that's
dirt forever.
yeah, those are the electrical and I think high pressure even, because they ran those along the side there, and then the center is the supply.
Those three
Aren't the
are the electrical. When I was doing some modeling of this, those were one of my dimension references.
High
aren't
pressure's
there?
over here.
Oh, all
If
right.
I'm remembering correctly, those vaults, isn't there actually two lots of vaults? One lot stacked on top of the other one.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah. Yeah, those were one of my reference for calibrating
Wiggly
the
bits.
photos.
They were just poured. Maybe they've poured another cap on top. I'm not sure, but I don't know. Well, I'm pretty sure they've been there forever.
They've been there forever.
Okay, no more questions. Cool. All right. Anything? Oh, sorry. Any? Go ahead.
No, Event Dudes was just saying they were just poured.
They might have been. There might have been the ground level pour of them, but there's 3 vaults there that are double stacked. That have been there for ages.
Oh, good. He says that's all good. Cool. Thanks, Matt, dude. Alrighty. So Ryan, I'm going to start with you. So, anything you think we've forgotten this week, or any last words before we finish the stream for us there, Ryan?
Don't think there's anything we forgot. Not that I can think of top of my head.
And what are you looking for most over the next couple of weeks? Apart from Artemis.
I mean, yeah, Artemis 2, obviously. Ship 39 going out, hopefully within the next week or two for static fire, and then within the next probably 2 weeks, maybe 3. We'll see how long it takes for Booster 19 to come out in static fire as well. And of course, Flight 12, hopefully within the next 4 to 6. Give or take.
Yeah, Flight 12. All right, well, thanks for being with us on the stream here. It's always good to have you on the stream. Thank you very much. And Jake as well was on the stream today. Thanks for your input today. Thank you very much.
No, it's my pleasure. It's been fun being part of this, and just want to say big thanks to everyone that's given plenty of support during the stream. Oh yeah, thank you.
And Todd was here as well. Todd had a bit to say here and there. Thank you for joining us, Todd.
Yeah, always a pleasure. Love doing it. It's always fun. Don't forget to do all the YouTube like and subscribe stuff, people. You guys have a great weekend.
And Alex, once again, thank you very much for your time on these streams. You're a very valuable contributor to the channel, so thank you very much for joining us today.
Yep. Thanks for having me. And you missed the end of the stormwater, the lift pumps, but other than that,
down here.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
The 2 blue ones, but yep, that's all I got.
Let me have a quick. No, wait. Cool. That's fine. We'll leave that for Tuesday. Okay, Indy, thank you very much for your time today with your questions and donations.
It's always my pleasure. Thanks for having me, and hope to see everybody on Tuesday.
And I've been Stephanie B, and thank you all for your ongoing support, both to the channel and personally to me as well. And I'll leave Matt to do the final thank yous and sign-offs. Thanks, Matt. Bye, everybody.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll just parrot what everybody else says and say thank you to everyone for their immense amount of support, for always coming and watching all the streams and doing the super chats and things like that. We really appreciate it. And remember, our next stream will be coming up this Tuesday, so just in 2 more days at 6 p.m. Central, Starbase Expanded, where we go over all the little extra details, like Steph just said, that little water area. We'll go over that and some of the other stuff that we learn from the pictures in between the time from now and then, as well as going over all the support sites like Rio West and Ad Astra and land swaps and all kinds of good stuff. So we have a really good time during those streams, as all these guys will attest to. So we'd love to see you there. So with that, most engines cut off, hot staging confirmed. Love you, bye.